Welcome back to the Decentra Innovation Devlog. Last week we showcased the slings and arrows of outrageous Houdini and Unreal Engine troubleshooting, and all of that work led us to this wonderful result. Yet, as cool and unique as this is, there is still plenty of work to be done, specifically regarding the overall control scheme and gameplay. The patent has already been written. It's just a matter of implementation of the code on the game engine side. The issue with programming is that there are many different ways to skin a cat. There's many different ways to achieve the same goal. So the most important thing we have to figure out is how to program with optimization, right? We want to make sure that the game runs. We want to make sure that people can turn on the game and it won't bug out because it's trying to eat up all your RAM or it's trying to eat up all your graphics. So therefore, we have to test. We have to troubleshoot. We have to measure 3 times and cut once to ensure implementation of functionality at the same time. The issues that we are facing are directly caused by our intention to innovate gameplay controls. From first-person shooters like COD, third-person RPGs like Dark Souls, and turn-based experiences like Final Fantasy VII, I am trying to modernize turn-based combat to a more dynamic format. As you can see in the controls, there are some uncommon activity happening for a turn-based game happening here. These demonstrations are just only a part of the adaptations that I have planned for the turn-based combat system. Writing the patent for the controls was a bit of a task, but I can say this about the controls. We designed it where you can use both the mouse and keyboard. Or people that want to pound a Mountain Dew and eat a bag of chips with one hand and defeat your adversaries in battle with the other, we have accommodated that too. Both control designs have been accommodated, so you can play the entire game just on the keyboard or the entire game with the keyboard and a mouse. So writing an original patent that serves that and describes a control system that takes advantage of uncommon mechanisms to create more dynamic gameplay has been quite the challenge, indeed. However, it is a challenge that I knew I was capable of completing. Here you can see some of the testing and R&D we have done to figure out how to attack the terrain strategy, much how I discussed in the previous video. However, in this specific test, this was about implementing assets into the landscape, not just creating the shape of the landscape, but putting foliage into the landscape, putting in rocks into the landscape, and seeing the problems that we're going to see. And I found those problems here, as you can see them. You can see that the shapes of the rocks aren't correct. You can see that the colors of the rocks aren't correct, and those are all things that I needed to see in practicality, not because I thought it was going to work, but because I needed to know where the problem was so that I could solve the problem, right? Or come up with a solution to how to make this happen and make it look great. So all of this testing was well worth the time that I put into it. Even though it's not technically the game, I now have a better idea on how to create the actual game. I have a better idea of how the engine processes data. And that is a win. That is a win that I will take. And that is important because understanding the engine is understanding how to create the game. And so this testing, this R&D phase of figuring out how to put things together is going to be critical on the back end.